Welcome back to IntyCenter, everybody, where for the second time ever, we will recap every single game, and you will see my cat's face peeking in and out because he thinks it's dinner time, even though it's not, intermittently throughout our whip around, the deuce. And where do we start this week? This week, we start with Vita Blue, who tosses a complete game, while Larry Walker and Dick Allen each drive in 2 runs. Performance Enhancers opened their series with the Baby Yodas with a 9-3 victory. Hack Wilson also had a solo homer in that game. Duke Snyder drives in Bullet Rogan to put Northern Shores on top of Family Madrigal 3-2 in the 8th inning. But that lead was short-lived as John Riley hit a 2-run homer off Bruce Sutter in the bottom of the 8th. Al Orth worked a 1-2-3 ninth, and the Madrigal take the opener 4-3. A shack of their own, they got a pair of 2-run homers, one each from Ted Williams and Ross Barnes. Amazing's countered with 2 solo homers. Those came from Bryce Harper and Ty Cobb. Amazing's, though, they also get 2 RBI from Mel Ott and 3 hits from Cal Ripken Jr. They take the series opener 7-5 over a shack of their own. Juan Marichal had his best start of the year. He went the distance against the Bandwagoners. He gave up 2 runs on 5 hits. Ernie Banks drives in a pair of runs. Let's Play 2 takes it 6-2. And San Francisco 16 Mega Chinatown. They decided to actually score some runs in their new old home stadium. They got 2 in the first on an Al Rosen 2-run homer, 2 in the second on an RBI ground up from Charlie Bender, plus an RBI single from Jackie Robinson. A single in the 6th inning scores 2 more from the bat of Al Kaline. Demonbags win this one 6-3. Corey Kluber looked good and definitely not like a robot in his debut as the closer for the Demonbags. The Barrels and Sithy gave us an instant classic to open their series. Hanley Ramirez scored on an error in the 6th inning, and it looked like that might hold up to give the Barrels a 1-0 decision. But Earl Averill was able to drive in Babe Ruth in the 9th to tie it up at 1 and send us to extra innings. Hanley Ramirez drove in Matt Kemp in the top of the 11th, once again making it look like the Barrels would get the win, but Sithy got 4 straight singles in the bottom of the 11th from the bats of Joe DiMaggio, Stan Musial, Earl Averill, and Rod Carew. They scored twice without an out being recorded, and the pinch hit signal from Carew was the walk-off. Sithy take it 3-2 in 11 innings. Justin Verlander demonstrated once again to Ciorak that it actually is a good idea to have actually good pitchers on your staff. Verlander tosses a complete game. He gives up 3 runs on 6 hits. That was enough as the Steel Tiger Cranes top the Kings of the North 7-3. Ralph Garr homered. Mike Young had 3 RBIs. That helps Ciorak get the win. On to the second game of this series. Pud Galvin gave the Enhancers 8 solid innings. He gave up 1 run on just 5 hits. He struck out 6. The Enhancers take the second game of their series against the Yodas 4-1. Joe DiMaggio, Carlton Fisk, and Stan Musial each homered for Sithy of Ostenard. No drama in this one. They double up the Orange Barrels. They take that game 8-4. We did, however, get more drama from the Gales and Madrigal. The Family Madrigal grabbed an early 1-0 lead on an RBI single from Elston Howard in the 2nd inning. Robinson Cano ties it with an RBI single in the 4th. Only a fantastic throw from Paul Hines, nailing Al Simmons at the plate, prevents a lead from spawning right there for the Gales. They'd get that lead 1 inning later as an RBI triple from Christian Yelich scored 1 run, with Yelich scoring later in the evening on an RBI single from Simmons. Scotty Riggs Stevenson opened the 8th with a double. He scores on a single from Hugh Duffy. That pulls Madrigal to within 3-2. Hines gets a leadoff double to put the tying run on base in the 9th, but Joe Nathan doesn't let him get any further. He strikes out the pinch-hitting Bob Carruthers, and he sets down Bobby Matthews and Elston Howard. The Gales take it in a nail-biter, 3-2. Every City Bandwagoners got solo homers from Bag and a Half Jeff Bagwell and Lou Gehrig in the top of the 9th. Then a 1-2-3 bottom of the 9th from Francisco Cordero. They top Let's Play 2 5-3, and they give the win in that game to reliever and local cult hero Rod Beck. Always going to make the Rod Beck shout out on IntyCenter whenever we can for positive reasons. Got to give Heel something to be happy about in this season. Harry Breachin gets traded to Lloyd, gets rebranded as Dick, and tosses a shutout in his first start. You can't make this shit up. A shack of their own tops Amazing's 5-0. Just the guy you'd expect for Stone Temple Seattle Pilots has a 3-hit day. Of course, I'm talking about Bobby Wallace. Heavy Johnson adds a homer, and the Stevest of Carltons tosses 7 innings, giving up 2 runs on just 1 hit. He did walk 8 batters, though. The Pilots even the series. They take that one 6-2. How about Pedro Guerrero, though? 4 hits. He's a triple away from the cycle in this one. He drives in 3 runs. Game of Throws chases Garrett Cole after just 3 innings of work. He gives up 5 runs. And the Kings of the North take this one 9-5, despite their manager knowing nothing. Last set of games, and what do you say, old Hoss? How about one more great start to end the first half? Hoss gave the Enhancers 8 innings of 1-run, 3-hit baseball. That combined with a grand slam from Larry Walker, that's enough to send the Enhancers to the All-Star break on a winning note. They take it 7-1. Bullet Rogan, though, wasn't quite enough to cap his stellar first half with one more win, though. He tossed 7 1/3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. Normally, that's good enough to win, but Christy Mathewson goes 6 innings of 1-hit shutout baseball. Count LeBlanc, Bert Dorr, great in relief. Craig Kimbrell is not. Madrigal take it 5-1. Stan Musial gave Cynthia Vorston Art fans a happy moment to walk off to the All-Star break. He hits a walk-off 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th. That sends Scythie to a 6-4 win over the Barrels. They sweep the series, and they go into the All-Star break on a 9-game winning streak. Every City Bandwagoners and Let's Play 2, they combined for 38 hits in a dramatic end to the first half of the season. Mickey Mantle gets an RBI single in the top of the 8th. It ties the game at 8. We stay there till the 10th inning. Lou Gehrig leads off the 10th with a homer, puts the Bandwagoners up 9-8. It doesn't end the game, though, as Paul Molitor gets a RBI double in the bottom of the 10th to tie it up. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Mike Schmidt will lead off the inning. He reaches on an error from who else? Alex Rodriguez. An intentional walk to Mike Trout, a single by Vlad Guerrero that loads the bases. A sac fly from Gabby Hartnett is enough. It ends it with Let's Play 2 claiming the 10-9 win in 11 innings. Satchel Paige has had an up and down season, so why not follow his stellar start? The bit of a stinker. He only goes 5 2/3 innings. He gives up 6 runs on 9 hits. Amazings fall to a shack of their own, 7-5, despite Bryce Harper hitting his 15th homer of the season. Ed Delahunty and Honus Wagner homered. The Demon Bags struggle to score again, and Stone Temple Seattle Pilots take their first half finale 5-1. Pedro Martinez goes 8 innings, gives up 1 run on 5 hits to the Demon Bags, and no doubt Wang Chi is heading to the Fiduce trade machine to look for possible solutions for his lineup. One last one to recap, and Siorak had a golden opportunity to go into the break on a high note. Tie game in the 9th inning. They've got 2 on and 1 out, but Dennis Eckersley ends up striking out Ralph Kiner to end the inning. We'd end up going to the 11th inning to decide this one. And there we are in the 11th. Reggie Jackson gets a 2-out walk-off single. He scores Tim Raines, and Game of Thrones takes this one in extra innings. They go to the break on a winning note, 4-3. That's going to do it for IntyCenter this week and for the first half of the season. We'll see you for all the All-Star festivities live. And we'll see you next time on IntyCenter for another whip around. Fiduce.